Deep within the heart of the Emerald Vale, a forest untouched by time, where the trees whispered secrets of old and the air shimmered with unseen magic, lived a young girl named Elara. She was no ordinary girl. She was a keeper of the grove, chosen by fate to guard the balance between the mortal realm and the enchanted woodlands. One evening, as the golden light of dusk painted the treetops, Elara felt a disturbance in the forest. The fireflies, who usually danced like tiny stars, hovered in frantic swirls, and the river's song was laced with unease. Following the whispers of the wind, she made her way to the Heartstone, a sacred gem pulsing with the forest's lifeblood, only to find it flickering weakly. A shadow loomed nearby. From the darkness emerged a figure cloaked in twilight, his presence unsettling yet strangely familiar. "The balance falters, Keeper," he spoke, his voice like rustling leaves. "The Heartstone's magic is waning." Elara stood her ground. "Who are you?" she asked, her fingers brushing the emerald pendant she wore, a gift from the forest itself. "I am Silas, the Forgotten Guardian," he answered, sorrow shadowing his silver eyes. "Long ago, I was meant to protect this place, but I was deceived. A darkness crept into my heart, and I was cast out. Now, it returns, threatening to consume the Heartstone once more." Elara hesitated. Could she trust him? The trees whispered, urging her to listen, for the forest remembered him not as an enemy, but as a fallen friend. She took a step closer. "Then help me restore what was lost." With Silas by her side, Elara embarked on a journey deep into the forest's core, where the roots of magic entwined with the earth's soul. There, in a glade untouched by time, they found the source of corruption, a twisted briar of shadows coiling around the Heartstone's roots. As they approached, a low, guttural growl echoed through the clearing. Something ancient stirred within the darkness, something that did not wish to be disturbed. "Elara, stay behind me," Silas warned, his voice firm but quiet. The shadows thickened, forming into the shape of a creature with hollow eyes and limbs like gnarled branches. It let out a whispering shriek that sent a shiver down Elara's spine. "That is no ordinary corruption," she breathed. "It's alive." "A remnant of the first betrayal," Silas said grimly. "A wraith formed from the sorrow of the forest itself." The creature lunged, but Silas summoned a barrier of light, forcing it back. Elara knew they couldn't simply destroy it. The creature was a part of the Vale's past. Instead, she reached out with her magic, feeling the pain that echoed within the wraith's essence. It had been left behind, abandoned when the balance first crumbled. "I see you," she whispered, stepping forward despite Silas's protest. "I know your sorrow." The wraith hesitated, its form flickering. The emerald pendant at Elara's throat pulsed, sending waves of warmth through the clearing. The Heartstone resonated in response, its light reaching toward the wraith like an embrace. Slowly, the creature's rage faded, and its dark form unraveled into wisps of energy that were absorbed into the Heartstone, strengthening its light once more. Silas exhaled, lowering his hands. "You healed it." Elara nodded. "It was never meant to be our enemy, just a piece of the past waiting to be acknowledged." The forest sighed in relief, its song returning to harmony. Elara turned to Silas, now standing whole once more. "The forest forgives," she said with a smile. "And so do I," he whispered, bowing to the keeper who had brought light back to the Vale. As dawn broke, the Emerald Vale flourished, its magic stronger than ever, and among its guardians, a lost protector had found his way home. Days passed, and the forest rejoiced in its renewed vitality. Elara spent time with Silas, learning from him about the forgotten lore of the Vale. He spoke of ancient beings that once roamed the woodlands, creatures of pure magic who vanished when the balance was first disturbed. He taught her how to listen deeper to the whispers of the wind, how to sense the pulse of the trees, and how to wield the power she had only begun to understand. One evening, as they walked through the moonlit glades, a low hum vibrated through the air. The Heartstone called to them once more, but this time it was not in distress. Elara and Silas followed the sound, arriving at the sacred glade where the Heartstone stood in its crystalline glory. Before their eyes, tiny light spirits of the forest rose from the earth, taking the shape of ethereal beings with wings of mist and eyes like stardust. "They have returned," Silas murmured in awe. "The guardians of old." Ilara stepped forward, her heart swelling with reverence. One of the spirits, a being of silver light, hovered before her. "You have mended what was broken," it whispered, its voice like the rustling of leaves. "And for that, we shall remain." As the spirits drifted through the air, weaving their magic back into the roots of the forest, Ilara knew that the Emerald Vale was forever changed. It was no longer just a realm of enchantment. It was a place of renewal, of second chances. Yet, as the night deepened, she couldn't shake the feeling that the forest still held secrets yet to be unraveled. A distant murmur, barely more than a whisper on the wind, spoke of something still waiting in the shadows, watching, waiting, patient, as the passing of centuries. Then, on the edge of her vision, something shifted, a flicker of movement beyond the Heartstone's glow. Ilara turned, sharply, but all she saw was the thick embrace of trees. Yet, the feeling did not fade. "The balance has been restored," Silas said softly, as if sensing her unease. "But the past does not always rest so easily." Ilara tightened her grip on her pendant, knowing their journey was far from over. Somewhere in the depths of the vale, a presence still lingered, neither friend nor foe, but something ancient and waiting. And in the hush of the midnight forest, a single voice, soft as a sigh, whispered her name. Then, beneath the roots of the Heartstone, something stirred, a slow, deliberate pulse, one that did not belong to the forest's magic. Ilara's breath hitched as Silas turned to her, his expression unreadable. "The first betrayal left scars," he murmured, "but I fear it also left something behind." A second heartbeat throbbed beneath the earth, faint yet growing stronger, and with it, a whisper on the wind. "The Keeper's trial is not yet over."